I am literally living my dream. I'm seeing something I've always dreamed about, which is, I don't know how much, it came from a real place or whatever, but I've always thought about being in a place. I have this vague memory of my dad driving my whole family going to Ohio to see his relatives, and being in a green, like a soccer field somewhere, and there being like a hill and you could see off sort of, and I think I took a leak there or something. I was like 10 or 15 or something. But since I've always had this, this feeling of nostalgia or whatever for a place that was like a green field like this, and then mountains in the background, just this kind of a different place, just not the edge of nowhere, but like a place like just, there's no, it's like a dream. Anyways, it was this place I always wanted to see, and I happened to be out here. I ate some nuts earlier. Always choke on them. I was shooting a special program. By now it may be up on my channel. It's public access stuff at Monrovia Public Access Studio. Really cool, with Adam Papagan. Excuse me. But I happen to be outside the studio. I'm like, holy crap, this is something out of my dreams. Wanting to be in a place, just see a field and see mountains, and they're much bigger in person. They seem smaller somehow here, but in person they're huge. They dwarf me. The camera, I don't know what it is, but also it's just I'm looking at my phone. I don't know how much that changes things, but you can't really get the perspective until you see it in person. It's just something, there was always something so evocative about it to me. The idea of this thing in my imagination just kind of sending or pulsing something out. We were shooting programs in the studio. My only regret about it, we couldn't shoot more because it was really cool, and I'm gonna come back here a lot more. Also, I had my first paid job in about 3 months, since I came here, because when I first came to LA, I got one paid gig. Then what happened? I got another. I worked on a short film. I keep thinking I got a third job, but I don't remember. And work dried up for 3 months, and I've been, trying to get work and going to a ton of networking events, meeting people, asking if I can work with them or if they have any work for me. And finally, what happened? I worked on one free film that I got the gig on Craigslist. The costumer got me on board another film, a feature this time. I worked for free on that one, and before that I was working free on the short. And then the cinematographer brought me on to a shoot that was very cool. And if I find out how it's released, I'll let you all know. But finally, I got a paid gig in over 3 months. And the funny thing is, at first I thought, oh, this is gonna be some boring corporate gig. He said, can you do an interview today? I thought, oh, great. Probably gonna be free, probably gonna be some boring corporate interview. Well, I forget that in LA, there's a lot of artists and entertainers. I won't say more than that, but it was a great interview. And we were all it was such an incredible story, and you'll get to see some of it possibly. I'm not sure about all the release details, but when it comes out, maybe I'll say more, but I will say it was great. It's a great experience. This guy was an incredible storyteller, had a wonderful story. I hope you all enjoy it when the finished thing is out, and then I'll say something about it. Thank goodness I finally got a paid gig. 3 months of looking for paid work. I was out here in the public access studio, and that was obviously all free, but that was very cool. We had a crew in there helping us, and Adam Papagan helped put it together along with some other people. So I don't know, I guess that'll be up on my channel already by the time this video is up. And Monrovia, it's a little bit far out. I came here early today because I knew if I came in rush hour, it would have doubled the length of time to drive here. One thing to consider too, when I'm driving long distances, it makes my my car burn up more coolant, or not burn it up, but it kind of boils out of the reservoir. So if I can shorten my drive anywhere, I do that. So I just came and hung out at the library, then Starbucks, then came over to the studio. Look at that. It's out of my dreams. A big green field and mountains. A valley like this. Can you believe that? That is so incredible. I always say, you know, these just clips of like the snippets, not snips, of like images plus music and sound, and this is always something pretty much that I thought of. I can't believe it's actually here. How incredible is that? And the little incline of the hill here too, it's just a slight incline. That's part of it. I can't believe it's like out of a movie, like Field of Dreams or something. And of course there are movies shot around here and TV shows, because we're not that far away from LA. It's like 30 miles west, maybe a little north, or east, excuse me, 30 miles east, not west. It's just incredible. I could never live here. It looks way too boring. It's like a small town, but it's beautiful. It's like iconic. Even the signs, you know, for donut shops and diners or whatever, it's iconic because it's stuff like I've only seen in movies. The signs look different in the East Coast, on the East Coast. Man, this is good. I get this from the food bank. Flavored water, electrolyte water with, hopefully it doesn't have too much stuff that's bad for me, because it doesn't have sugar, but I know it has something. It's got to have something. Oh, I'm trying to read it. 0 sugars, sodium, potassium. Oh, no potassium. Vitamin C, vitamin E, niacin, vitamin B6, a lot of vitamin B6, pantothenic acid. Oh, this has a lot of stuff in it. Maybe I shouldn't drink a lot of these each day. And this 2 servings of it, I'm going to put a lid on this and not drink that. Successfully, I think, lost a little weight lately. Been working out well, trying to get up early. Been damn hot. It's incredible. And look, you can see the moon up there. This is incredible. Now, the only thing that's missing from this dream is I thought it would be more in the middle of the country somewhere. Somehow, being in California, it's like, well, everybody knows California, but being somewhere that's just kind of lost, like most people don't know about, that makes it more like mysterious for me. Here, there's a shot. I need a picture of that. Still, you know, I go through a lot of difficult moments, you know, fearful, paranoid, and just got to keep pushing though. And I pushed myself another rewrite of my script for my short film. Oh man, that, I don't know if I should just make it a feature at this point because it's getting a little long or what. I feel like it could be at some point. I would like to make a feature of it, of the story of a homeless guy. That's all I'll say about the movie. I just said I wouldn't drink any more of this because I had another one today, I think. Eating salads every day. It's good. I'm like, man, I haven't been to a doctor and gotten blood work in like a year at least. I gotta really be on top of my diet. Trying to cut the sugar down and saturated fat. Eat lots of salads every day. And keep exercising. This place is really cool. I could just hang out here. Again, I wouldn't want to live here. Too boring. But it is beautiful to look at. So, just incredible, the sights here. Can't believe. This reminds me of the first night I arrived in LA. First I stopped in Rancho Cucamonga because the traffic was bad and my car was overheating so badly. Now basically every chance I get, I just put more coolant in my radiator, because even when it's not overheating, I know it's still losing coolant. So it's just like and then I can't fill it up all the way because it seems like each time I'll fill it up, but then it'll go down and I'll lose some or whatever. I won't drive much, but there's still more space in the radiator for coolant. So I think it's just that it, you know, like the air keeps it trapped or whatever, and then I'm not able to fill it up, and then I need to let it go down before I can put more in, because the air is not letting it all the way down. So I just put some more in, just a little bit, but try not to let that get out of my control. Man, my car is dirty. It gets so dirty so quick out here. I gotta clean the headlights. Anyways, what a view. First paid job in 3 months. Had a lot of fun shooting rapid fire stuff in the public access studio. Did the sleeping video. Did you all see that? Hey, that was fun. There's some funny moments in that. I don't know if you all got to see them. Go through it and try and find the funny moments. I wish I could have filmed it in better light. The compromise with that is, in better light, I've got to leave the windows like unblocked. I had half the windows blocked and there wasn't much light from the other side, but when I have the windows unblocked, it leaves me more exposed. And I know most people won't mess with me. Most people don't want to bother someone sleeping in the car. I'm just so paranoid. I sleep with one eye. Whenever I hear noise, I'm very tense and I'm alert to every single little sound, because everything sounds menacing and threatening when you hear it, because you don't know if someone wants to come up to you and just attack you in your car. Or they want to tow you. There were tow trucks in that video, and I was so worried they were trying to tow me. Even though I was parking legally, I'm just paranoid someone's going to try and tow me. And they were towing something else. Not even towing someone's car. They were towing a big rig, like a semi-truck that, I don't know if it was out of commission or something, but it was obviously not like a regular towing situation. It seemed like, it had to be moved somewhere for some reason. It wasn't just like, oh, they parked it illegally, so they're towing it. But I'm super paranoid about that, listening very carefully, because I just can't help it. But also, what happens if it's the one case where it is a threat that I have to be very aware of it? Anyway, man, the smell here is interesting. They cut this grass really well, just too well. They got a lot of money in this place. The streets all have those bumps in the lanes, so you can feel if you're going over the lane marker. That means they got a lot of money here. The streets are luxuriously laid out. And got these public access videos, which maybe they're already up by now. Hope you enjoy them. Well, look, if you want to donate, help me out. I don't want to sleep in my car always. I am trying to figure out how to get more film work. I'm always working behind the scenes, trying to figure out applying to a lot of stuff. I'm still waiting to hear back about a few things, because I heard a prospective offer of one place, and they said, well, we'll let you know by the end of the week. So we'll see. I'm trying to build relationships, so I keep getting hired, just like I did on the last two projects I worked on. I was referred from the first one. There you go, a little light flare, sort of. I don't know what you call that. But yeah, it's a flare. I was gonna say streaks, but it's not. All right, everybody, sun's going down. I gotta get back to somewhere I can sleep. I would not try and sleep around here, because already I've seen police out here. That just means like they police it tightly, and I could probably get away with sleeping somewhere. I'm sure I could, but I don't want to try. And also, it's oh, I wonder if there's a Planet Fitness around here, if I could shower in the morning. I don't know, I'll see, maybe if I find a place. But the thing is, small places like this, there's not as much places to sort of blend in and, sleep in your car and not be noticed. So that's the compromise here. Anyways, thanks. Oh yeah, and if I didn't say at the beginning of the video, I've been sleeping in my car for 10 months. So I wish I could have filmed it better and didn't have that low light noise. That's what causes that soupiness, that murkiness on screen, but didn't have much light to work with. And again, if I was to park somewhere with more light, I would feel so exposed, it would be hard to sleep a full 8 hours. And I hear every noise, every footstep. I'm so like alert, even when I know there's like, the people are cool, they're not trying to bother me or anything. So if you want to donate, links are in the description. All right, subscribe everybody, like the video, share them, share that sleeping video.